Hello everyone and welcome to my channel, Crocheting Through the Chaos with Zan. I'm just here gonna check out some yarn I'm not familiar with. It was sent to me um, by my son, something different he wanted me to try out. It's called t-shirt yarn. Never heard of it before. It's not like cotton yarn, it's more like fabric. And when I Googled it to find out what it was, it's a yarn that's made from t-shirts. And you can get different fabrics. I don't know why, but it strips that and it's really firm. So it works for some projects and some projects it don't. So I found a simple one. I'm going to try to see if I can do this simple headband. You guys can use whatever type of yarn you have. Go back and watch the first couple of videos and it'll show you again, but I am starting from scratch here. So I am gonna make the chain stitch first by making a loop, and remember this is the loop that stays on your hook through your whole project. All right, so don't want it to be too tight because you will be slipping your hook through here. And as I said, this yarn, it says it's going to be pretty thick. So it suggests not making it too tight. I'm going to do a simple headband, see how that works out. So I have my yarn on my hook. I'm just using a K hook. It suggests when using this yarn, you can use larger hooks. It'll be easier, but I have what I have. So I'm going to make some chains. I don't know how many it's going to take. And to make those chains, once again, I'll go through it even though it's on the video. Wrap the yarn and it'll go up under this little hook here. Don't let it get off. And just slide it through the hook that's on there. Wrap around, slide through. Wrap around, slide through. And that's just making a chain stitch. So what I'm going to do is keep making a chain stitch. So until, shall I say, it's long enough to fit around my head. So there's not a set amount of chains to make for this headband. You just do your chain stitches and measure it around your head for the size that you'll need. So wrap around, yarn goes up under the hook and slide it through the loop on there. Wrap around, slide it through. I love the crochet because it's so relaxing. So I just decided to put some funny images and scenes in the background while I'm calmly crocheting, because it really explains that when I crochet, I'm calm. It's relaxing for me, calming for me. So I just use the AI to make things a little alive and fun. Not trying to create any world disasters with the use of AI, just making things fun. And the message behind it all is no matter what's going on in your life, no matter what chaos you might be going through, you can always find something. It might not be crocheting. You can always find something for your peace. All right. So let's see my head if I think this will be enough. Actually, I think I can take a couple of stitches off, and that's the great thing about crochet that I explained in an earlier video. Taking my hook off, and I'm just going to pull a couple of them off. Then I'm going to stick my hook right back in. That's why I like crocheting, because if you make a mistake or want to take something off or whatever, you can just simply pull it loose, start again. So for this headband, it only requires single crochets, which is wrap around the hook, go inside your chain, pull that loop through, and wait a minute, we don't want to wrap around the hook. Let's back up a minute. I was doing double crochets, Single crochets, we don't need to wrap. We're just gonna go right in the chain, pull that loop through, because you'll have 2. And you're gonna wrap to make it 3, but you're gonna pull through both 2 for your single. So go in the next chain, pull that loop through so you can have 2 loops on your hook, wrap it around, and pull it through the 2. So you only have that 1. So we're going to do that basically all the way across. And this is the only stitch that you guys will need to make a headband. Just your 2 stitches, shall I say, your chain stitch for your foundation and for measuring around your head. Then you're just going to do your single crochets by going in your stitch, grabbing that loop, pull it through the 2 loops on the hook. So we just need to go all the way to the end. And I do hope you guys are watching, and most of all, I hope you guys are subscribing and liking and giving thumbs up on the videos, because a lot of times what I found that people will watch and scroll and watch and scroll, but they don't interact. Is very important. And not just on my videos, on any creative videos. If you're watching and you like to, give it a thumbs up, give it a like, you know, subscribe if you're interested in their content. But don't just scroll past, because it just shows the views and not the likes that you liked it. So give a like. So I can get all the way across here, and I can feel just how thick this t-shirt yarn is going to be. I'm going to look up some other projects with using t-shirt yarn once I find out where I can order some from. Maybe I can ask my son where he got this for me at, and see what other projects you can make up. You definitely can't crochet a t-shirt, excuse me, because it would be too thick and hard. And they just call it t-shirt yarn because it's made of a t-shirt. Well, this had to be one fancy t-shirt with all the sparkles and everything in it. It's basically just strips of fabric that you can crochet with for different projects. I did see a basket that was made with the t-shirt yarn, and I think I would try that one day. It made a cute sturdy basket, and it was simple crochet, and it was, I think, singles and singles, I believe it was, crochets all throughout. So, and just increasing the stitch, which means it was adding 2 in 1, but it was a cute little basket, and I have to research that more. So I'm getting close to my end. And if you guys want to follow along sometimes, just go get you some yarn. If you know somebody who crochet that has yarn, ask them for some. You know, just something that you can practice on, or go get you one skein, because you can always, as long as you don't have it tied, you can pull it loose and do other projects, practice other projects on. And the good thing about on here, you can play the videos over and over till you really get it. Once you really get it, it will flow smoothly like this for you. So I'm always almost to the end, and I'm just going to show you what you do when you get to the end and how you would continue on. All right. So I think with this one, I'm going to go at least 4 to 7 more rows. I'm not sure. All depends, and with this is so open-ended that you can put as many rows on it. All depends on how thick you want, how wide, I meant to say, you want your headband. You might want your headband thin, So if you do, you're not going to add that many rows on. If you want it thicker, wider, I keep saying thicker, I meant wider. You want it wider, then you just add more. Okay, I made it to the end. And this is what it looks like with just, I'm sorry, it's so dry in here with the single crochet. So I'm at the end. I'm just going to turn my work just like that. So I can start back again. Put it in, pull up the 2 loops, put my hook in the stitch, wrap it up under there, pull it 2. So now we're crocheting in top of the single crochets with single crochets. You're just going to get to the end and turn, and then you're going to start back on by going in a stitch, pulling your loop up to its 2, wrap around, so pull through. Go in, pull that loop through, wrap around, pull it through, go in, pull that loop through, wrap around, and pull it through. Remember, always wrap around and pull it through that 2, but only wrap around after you went in and pulled that loop through. So you can keep on this pattern for this side, and when you get to the end, you're gonna fold them both together, and you can sew it together at the end, or you can do what's called a slip stitch, which you just stick your hook in there and pull the yarn through and go through the ends here. So I will show you once I get to the end, posting some pictures. I will come back and I will show you the end. I don't want to just keep going here for another 5 or 7 rows while you just hang on and watch. But I say anywhere from 4 to 7 rows to make you a nice size, a nice wide headband. You don't want it to look like a hat. You want it to look like a headband. So this is just a simple headband. If you're a beginner, this is not for experts, and because you guys, you can make the fancy flowers, and I can do those also, but that'll be later. You need to get the basics first. Practice, very important, and feel comfortable with your hook. Everybody holds their hooks and their yarn different. Some people right-handed, some people left-handed, so that will make a difference. And just whatever, you guys, whatever position makes it more comfortable for you as far as your yarn and your hook, do that. So once again, this is the Crocheting Through the Chaos lady. This is Zan, and I'll be back on showing some more crochets. Just relaxing here at home, doing a little crocheting. Bye. Don't forget to subscribe, you guys, and give a thumbs up.